Hey YouTubers, back out in the woods again today, actually really close to my house, and there's the yard right there. Today is going to be another video on an ATV log arch, the versatility that we can do with it. The ATV log arch is a Log-Rite one, and I know there's other ATV log arches that are mainly just meant for dragging. The one I have actually can lift the log up in the air, right, and bring it back to your mill, especially if you have a little manual mill, and you don't want dirt on your logs and you're out logging yourself. One of these ATV log arches can get into some pretty narrow situations and pull logs back out for you. So what we're going to do today is we got a couple of ash trees that I thought would live, but it looks like they died. They're real close to the house here. So we have an ash tree here that died, and that one's around 6 inches in diameter, so it's not a huge one. And we have right here, that is the phone line, right? So I can't go that way with it, and that's the only side I really have an opening. I can't go that way. I mean, it's going to get hung up that way anyways. I got the trampoline out there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch this tree right into these trees behind it, and it's just going to get caught up. And then I'm going to come down with the ATV log arch. I'm going to lift this butt up in the air and drive away with it. And instead of dragging it in the dirt, it'll hold it up in the air, and we'll smoothly pull this tree down. And that allows you not to have to chunk it up, if you get stuck, and then you're not going to be able to make any logs out of it. I can get a couple of good 4x4s, 8-footers out of that guy on the mill, so that'll be some nice stuff to be able to do different things with. Or I can get 2x4s or some 1x4s out of it. And then down here we have another ash tree that has died. So the chicken's hanging out over here underneath this. We have this ash tree here. This one's probably about 8 inches, 9 inches in diameter. And we'll probably drop that one because right next to it is the phone line. So we definitely need to drop this one that way, and it's probably going to hang up, and we'll do the same thing. We'll come in here back into this and lift it up in the air and pull it down. So go over and we'll get things hooked up and get ready to start dropping a couple of these trees and see how this works out. Okay, we cut that off. We wanted to make sure that we completely cut that off, so it's definitely completely cut off. It's just leaning against the stump, and you can see it's leaning into these trees over here. And we'll bring the ATV log arch down here and straddle that and lift it up in the air and then pull it away. We'll see what happens. You can see I wanted to save that little, there's a little white oak there and a little red oak there. So we got to save those. So as you can see, it is tight quarters down in here. So this little maple tree right here might be a little difficult to get through. We don't have but maybe 8 feet right here between these two trees, and we had to wind around through all of this too as well. So we'll see how this goes, getting this up out of here. But yeah, I basically brought this down by hand. They're pretty lightweight to wheel around. Little log arches are. Got it in place and then back the ATV up to it. It's a lot easier than trying to back that up with the ATV. So let's see what happens when we put that around there and ratchet that in there. Well, we didn't have to go far for the whole tree to fall down. Sometimes you gotta go a lot farther to get them to come down through those trees. Came down through there nice, and you can see I was a little worried right here because I think I was gonna hit that tree. There was no way for me to skinny my way between these two and wind my way up through there. So I would have had to have probably set it back down, hand moved this a little bit over, and then brought it back up in the air, and then proceeded forward. We got her down. We'll chunk her into some 8-foot lengths. I think I can get 2 8-footers out of this, so I can make either 4x4s or 2x4s out of it, and maybe get some 1x's out of it as well. And the rest will go to firewood. Let's get working on that. Another advantage too, if you got it up in the air already, is I can do some of my cuts off the ground. Okay, so I decided I was going to put away the ATV log arch, and I've discovered that I have a dead pine right here, just a small one. I'm going to drop that down on the rest of the top of this one, and come on over here. Okay, I was working on things, and right over here is the road, and a car pulled up and I thought he went in the ditch. It's a sharp turn here. We get a lot of people going in the ditch over here, and but he just stalled out. I ran down to help him, and I've lost my glasses now. I dropped everything because I thought he went in the ditch and I might be hurt. So now we've got to find my glasses. If there's only a blood trail here, then I could follow it, but there's not. So, oh, there they are. Okay, we found them. Alright, let's get back to over here. So, I think I was explaining, but I'll go over it again. I decided to put the log hauler away instead of taking this tree down here down. I decided I was going to take this small maple here, and it's dead too, so I figured I'd just get it out of here. I'll cut up this top of this log here that we already cut up. I dragged this up here, and we'll load up the trailer and take it up to the wood stove for burning. Alright, worked up a little sweat today. It's got to be close to 80. It was good. Couple hour workout there. So I think we just demonstrated a little bit what that log arch can do with getting down smaller trees in kind of a sticky situation. That log arch, ATV log arch is a great little tool to addition to an ATV to go out in the woods and bring back your own logs. So you have a little manual mill or even a larger mill. If you don't have big machinery to go out in your woods, it is a great addition. It's relatively cheap. So that was just another little demonstration of what those log arches can do. I have other videos with bringing in good sized logs out of the woods with that, if you want to check those out. And we ended up with a little firewood for a outside wood stove that we can pile into our pile. And I think that's it. We're going to call it a day today. I appreciate you all watching. Throw me some comments, if you have any questions or if you have anything to add that might be relevant for me to understand. I appreciate you watching. You all have a good one. Bye.